Harper Beckham, the next Nepo baby in a family already defined by fame, fortune, and public spectacle. At just 14 years old, she's already been thrust into the limelight in ways that most teenagers can't even imagine. And now, it looks like she's about to follow in the footsteps of her famous parents and become another celebrity mogul. But here's the question: is she really ready for this? Or is she just another privileged child being handed the world on a silver platter, while the rest of us, more talented, more deserving, have to fight for every little bit of success? Before we dive into this roller coaster of privilege, hit subscribe, because the truth behind Harper Beckham's rise is going to make your head spin. Is she really the future? Or is she just the next member of the Beckham dynasty destined to ride on coattails? Stay tuned, because we're about to break it all down. Let's face it, Harper Beckham has done absolutely nothing to earn the platform she's been given. She didn't build her empire. She didn't fight for her fame. No, she's simply the product of her parents, David Beckham, the global football icon, and Victoria Beckham, the pop star turned high fashion designer. Together, they've created a family dynasty that we're all supposed to worship. But is it fair? Does she deserve the luxury, the fame, and the adoration that she's receiving just because of her last name? From the moment she was born, Harper has been a celebrity. She's had the finest clothes, the best education, and a social media presence that most kids her age can only dream of. Let's not forget, she already has an Instagram account with followers. A small number, sure, but just the fact that it exists shows the kind of privilege this girl is born into. She's practically been groomed for fame. This is no accident. This is the next step in the Beckham legacy. But the real question here is whether Harper can handle it. Will she turn into another version of her mother, Victoria Beckham, whose fame was built on a carefully crafted image and an endless list of personal drama? Or will she somehow break free from the constant chaos and pressure of being a Beckham? We've seen this story before. Brooklyn Beckham, Cruz Beckham, even Romeo Beckham, all of them handed opportunities most people can only dream of. But how many of them have actually succeeded in their own right? Harper has already been playing a prominent role in her mother's new Netflix documentary series. And let's be honest here, this feels like a deliberate attempt to bring her into the public eye, right? What better way to introduce your daughter to the world than to show her off in a carefully curated documentary set to the soundtrack of a high-end fashion career? Harper is being carefully positioned as the next big thing in the Beckham family, and it's no accident that she's already mingling with the likes of Anna Wintour, the fashion queen herself. Is Harper really the future of fashion? Or is this just another well-orchestrated PR stunt? We also need to talk about the business side of things. There's a company, H7B Limited, set up in Harper's name. The company has already filed trademark applications for a beauty line called Haiku by Harper that includes skincare, hair care, and even clothing. The question we need to ask here is, how much of this is Harper's vision and how much of it is Victoria Beckham pulling the strings behind the scenes? Because let's face it, the fact that Harper is even considering launching a business at 14 is ridiculous. She's barely old enough to fully understand the responsibility that comes with running a company. But it's easy when your mother has been there, done that, and learned from all the mistakes along the way. Victoria Beckham herself was once a model, a singer, and a self-made businesswoman. But let's not kid ourselves. Her fashion empire struggled for years. She didn't just wake up one day with a thriving business. Her line racked up £66 million in losses over the years, and it wasn't until recently that it began turning a profit. But now, Harper, with minimal experience and no track record, is expected to pick up where her mother left off. Sure, Victoria is there to guide her, but how much of this is really Harper's dream? Look, I get it. It's hard to feel sorry for a teenager who is literally handed the world on a silver platter. Harper's life, her opportunities, her connections, she has everything most people could only fantasize about. And that's exactly the problem. She has no idea what it's like to struggle, to fight for success, or to earn something the hard way. She hasn't had to work for a single thing in her life. She's already set up for success, and all she has to do is show up. And this is the point where things get uncomfortable. It's one thing to be born into privilege, but it's another to live your entire life shielded from the real world. Harper will never have to struggle with the same issues that the majority of the population faces. She'll never have to worry about paying bills, finding a job, or dealing with societal expectations. Her biggest problem might be picking the right Instagram filter for her latest photo. But here's the thing. Harper's mother, Victoria Beckham, has already made it clear that she fears her daughter's future in the spotlight. Victoria has spoken openly about her own struggles with fame and the pressures that come with it. She's terrified that Harper will experience the same loneliness and isolation that she did when the Spice Girls split. Victoria has seen the damage fame can do, and she wants to protect Harper from that pain. But can she? Can anyone really protect a child from the chaos of celebrity life when it's already in their blood? Harper's journey into the public eye is eerily similar to her brothers. Brooklyn, Cruz, Romeo, all of them were handed careers, opportunities, and fame because of their last name. And yes, each of them has tried to step out of their parents' shadow in one way or another. But at the end of the day, they're still connected to the Beckham brand. They are who they are because of their parents' influence, and nothing they've done has truly shaken that legacy. So, what happens next? Will Harper Beckham follow in her mother's footsteps and become a fashion mogul? Will she launch a beauty line and become the next Kylie Jenner? Or will she crash and burn, just like so many other famous offspring have done in the past? The sad truth is that Harper Beckham's future is already written. She doesn't have to work for anything. It's all been handed to her. Sure, she might succeed for a while, but in a world where social media fame is fleeting, can she really stand the test of time? And here's the bigger question. Will Harper ever truly be able to separate herself from her family's chaotic legacy? The same one that made her mother a household name, but also left her constantly battling scandal, self-doubt, and public scrutiny. Harper might be the next big thing. But what happens when the cameras stop rolling? It's hard to feel sorry for Harper, but at the same time, we can't ignore the fact that her future is already set. And no matter how much she tries to carve out her own path, she will always be the daughter of David and Victoria Beckham, living in the shadows of their very public lives. Thanks for watching. And if you want more explosive deep dives into celebrity reinventions, feuds, and power plays, hit subscribe right now, because here on Celeb Scoopz, the drama is real, the stories are wild, and the truth is never what it seems.